What if I told you that one statement, just one, could shake the foundation of the world's most powerful military alliance? Because right now, global tensions are rising after Donald Trump made a shocking remark, suggesting that the United States could consider pulling out of NATO, and the timing couldn't be more critical. This comes at a moment when the world is already on edge. The ongoing tensions involving Iran, shifting alliances, and rising geopolitical uncertainty have made every major decision far more dangerous. And in the middle of all this, Trump's statement has triggered a wave of concern across Europe and beyond. Because let's be clear, NATO isn't just another organization. It's the backbone of Western military power, a system built on one simple but powerful idea. If one member is attacked, all members respond. Now imagine what happens if the United States, the strongest military force in that alliance, steps back. Suddenly, the balance of power shifts overnight. European nations that have relied on U.S. military strength for decades would be forced to rethink their entire defense strategy. Countries like Germany, France, and Poland would need to rapidly increase their military spending, strengthen their own capabilities, and possibly even form new alliances to fill the gap. And here's where things get even more serious. Trump has long criticized NATO, arguing that many member countries don't contribute enough financially and rely too heavily on the United States. This isn't a new argument, but what's different now is the context. The world today is far more unstable than it was even a few years ago. There's the ongoing war dynamics in Europe, there's tension in the Middle East, and there's growing competition between global powers like the United States, China, and Russia. So when a leader suggests stepping away from NATO, it's not just politics, it's a signal that could be interpreted very differently by allies and adversaries. Because if the U.S. commitment to NATO weakens, countries like Russia may see an opportunity to test the strength of the alliance. Smaller nations, especially those near conflict zones, could feel more vulnerable than ever. And that fear? It can lead to rapid militarization, or even escalation. At the same time, supporters of Trump's stance argue that this could force NATO countries to take more responsibility for their own defense. They believe the current system is unbalanced, and that the U.S. has been carrying too much of the burden for too long. So the question becomes, is this a necessary correction, or a dangerous gamble? Because history has shown us one thing very clearly. Global stability often depends on strong alliances. And when those alliances begin to crack, the consequences can spread far beyond borders. Right now, nothing has officially changed. The United States is still a part of NATO. But statements like this don't exist in a vacuum. They shape expectations, they influence decisions, and sometimes they set events into motion. So the real question is, are we looking at a negotiation tactic, or the beginning of a major shift in global power? Because if the United States ever truly steps away from NATO, it wouldn't just change the alliance, it would change the world.